The SkyLine series book set, books 1 through 3. A science fantasy adventure series. Written by Kennedy King. Narrated by Rebecca Cade and Amber Lee Connors for Hot Ghost Productions.
SkyLine, The Dragon Commander. Written by Kennedy King. Narrated by Amber Lee Connors for Hot Ghost Productions. Chapter 1. Colliding Worlds. The first time Finch's shimmering station pass beeped in rejection, he attributed it to the precinct he'd been assigned. Everyone in Shanghai and the surrounding metroscape knew what kind of shape Precinct 117 was in. The recent influx of those crazy nanotech sentries from the WCC helped, and there weren't many fringe extremists against them this side of China. But Finch was getting ahead of himself. He needed to get inside first. He swiped the card 3 more times before he thought it might be another test. Between his new partner and his rumpled old supervisor, the test had hardly ended with his graduation from the academy. The door beeped back the red shutout light every time. Just my luck, Finch muttered, seemingly to himself. The wall-mounted speaker crackled alive. "If you're going to fall back on luck, you might as well leave your badge on the step, rookie," grumbled the doorman. So he was listening. "Door lock still busted? Or is it my card?" said Finch. "Probably both," laughed the doorman. The door swung out with a push from another rookie from his office. It was the young man only a few years Finch's senior, who held the desk directly across from his. Of all the people Finch had met in his 3 weeks on the force, Greg was the only one he could form a remote connection to. "We've got bots that can be a table or a gun, but no functioning door." Greg shook his head while he let Finch in. He sucked down a deep breath of cool, pure air. Finch was still adjusting to the transition from the overcrowded, humid haze of Shanghai's regular atmosphere to the filtered inside of a WCC support precinct. "So why didn't you send your squire to let me in?" Finch raised a sandy blonde eyebrow. "New ordinance. Costs the precinct millions more to pay for the squires than it does for us. They don't lift a shape-shifting finger unless it's something we can't do ourselves," said Greg. They headed through the glum halls to their office. The shimmering teal track of tube lights overhead made everything visible, but in such a drab light it made the precinct even more depressing than it was by default. Sure, some precincts in India and Afghanistan saw action, but 117 was a relic of times before the WCC. Before the SkyLine changed everything. A time when law needed enforcing. When the life of the planet wasn't at stake.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?